What's up, guys? Welcome back to the It's a Guitar YouTube channel. Got a fun little video for you today. We're going to go ahead and rank all Fender amps that I've ever worked on, touched, played, anything I've had a significant time with, at least enough to be able to get a good gauge on that amp. So this is a huge range from the early 50s all the way to the modern era, reissues, Tone Master. It's a wide swath of stuff. So we're going to be breaking it down into various categories. Got my laptop in front of me, and we're just going to go ahead and go for it. So really quick, the tier list is broken up to S tier. That's the best of the best, in my opinion. Literally got my Fender hat on right now, so we are locked in for Fender mode. Amazing is tier 2. Tier 3 is very good. Then solid is the next one. The next one's meh, just like neither here nor there. Not for me is the next category. And then F tier, that's just, I don't like it at all. So let's dive in. You guys can see here. We're just going to go ahead and pull from the top. So this is the Blackface Bandmaster. It's a transitional era one. So it's got the lovely cream Tolex. I think this amp is beautiful. But that being said, I'm thinking it's going to go in the meh category. Now, as I add these in, we'll be ranking them both from S tier to F tier, but also ranking them within each category. So the one on the leftmost corner here will be the highest in that category. So we'll have to rearrange things as we get going. So this amp is fine. It's fine. It's just it's just not that interesting sounding. Doesn't have a ton of gain. No reverb. It's fine. 70 super reverb. I'm going to put this in probably the low end of the solid category. These are great amps you can get for very little money. They sound awesome, and they don't sound as good as some other versions we'll get to, but they're good amps. So 6G3 Deluxe, I'm going to put this either high solid or low very good. It's a pretty one-trick pony type amplifier, lots of gain, no clean headroom. It's not a big sounding amp. It's a small cabinet. There's not a whole lot going on there, but it's a cool sound. So probably in the high solid category, we'll start there. 5E5A Pro. So this is like a narrow panel, kind of the last of the Tweed era Pro. These are a 15-inch speaker, if you're not familiar with this model. I think these are, I've played a number of them, 3 or 4 of them, and I wasn't that impressed by any of them. They don't have a ton of volume. They're not that loud. The 15-inch speaker, I'm just not a big fan of. We'll put it kind of in the meh category above the Bandmaster. Now, this is my opinion and my opinion only. Let me know what you think in the comments below as I'm going through this. I'm sure I'm going to upset some people, and maybe I'll feel different tomorrow. We'll see, but let me know how you guys would rank or differ as we go along. So next up, 59 Bassman LTD. This is the modern reissue. I believe it's called the LTD. I've got one in the room right now behind the camera. These are very good amps. It's definitely going to go in the solid category, and I think I'd put it above the 6G3 Deluxe. They sound great. 310 Bandmaster. Oof, this is an extremely rare amplifier. I had one in, and it needed a service, so I don't know if I got 100% of the sound, kind of the tonal range in it, but it sounded incredible. The 310 I thought was really special. I've got an irrational love for this amplifier. It's either S tier or amazing. We'll go amazing for right now. Just so good. Very, very rare. They only made those in 1960 for about 4 months, if you didn't know. Harmonic trim, really cool. Let's see. 5F6A Bassman. This is 100% S tier. This is the holy grail as far as I'm considered. I've got one over there. I've got another one over my shoulder right here. I love vintage Bassmans. It doesn't get any better than that for me. So that's definitely S tier. Blackface Princeton Reverb. Let's see. I think I'm a little down, to be honest, on the Princetons. They just don't have, I mean, they're great recording amps. They just don't have much volume, don't have much headroom. They flub out pretty quick. Probably in the bottom of solid. And we might rearrange these as we go, as more amps come in. Let's go Deluxe Reverb, AB763. I've got a 68 drip edge. And this is I would put in a very good category. Not amazing just because they don't have a ton of headroom. They're not that loud unless you swap the speaker to something more modern and more efficient. The bright cap is definitely a thing, and we're kind of taking these at face value. I like the sound of it, but it's you have to really turn them up and then they just have nowhere to go. So it's a great sounding amp. It's a very good amp, but it's not amazing or S tier, I would say. 70s Princeton Reverb, that's basically right in line. Very, very similar between those two. And I think those are a real good bargain. Pro Reverb, this is an amazing amp for sure. I love these 2x12. They're kind of 40 watts, a little bit of a mini twin. They've not too much headroom, that they're just clean. So they have some love to them. You get them up around 4 or 5. They just sing. They sound massive. They're not too heavy. I'm just a huge fan of the Pro Reverb. Definitely an amazing. I'd put it under the 310 Bandmaster though. 5F1 Champ. I'm going to go F tier, I think. It's a toy, to be honest. It's a toy. It sounds good recorded, I guess, but it's in the room. It has nothing going for it. And we'll get to the 5F2A in a second, which I think is a more interesting, compelling amplifier. That's very similar. 5D3 Deluxe is a very good amp. I like it a lot. If you don't know, the 5D3, it's obviously the predecessor to the 5E3. Didn't last that long in that circuit. And the preamp section is pretty much the same, but the phase inverter is different. I think the phase inverter is better in the 5D3. The breakup sounds better in that. And I got to play several of them at Carter's Vintage and definitely cemented that for me. 6G6 Bassman. I'm going to end up in... It's more interesting. I'm either kind of towards the end of solid or behind the 5E5A Pro. If it's going to be behind, it has to be here, I guess. I'm not a huge Fender head guy. The cabinets are just never my favorite, and it's fine. One of the channels in the basement I don't like at all. It's the bass channel, I believe. The normal channel sounds good. They're fine. Meh, it's fine. 5F2A Princeton, definitely above the Champ. I owned one. Sounded really cool, but again, kind of a toy, but it has a tone control, which makes it much more usable. And I think just it's a bigger cabinet as well. So it sounds bigger than the 5F1 Champ. Definitely better than the 5F1, but still kind of a toy. 64A Super. This is going to end up in the... probably in the bottom of very good for me. So 35, 40 watt range, kind of similar to a Deluxe Reverb where you got a 210 package. I just really, the problem I have with them is the vibrato channel, the harmonic trem, doesn't sound nearly as good as the normal channel to me. It's just a bit thinner. It just doesn't have all the love the normal channel has. So you want that amp for the harmonic trem, but the channel that it's in doesn't sound as good as a normal channel. So I'm not real big on the 6G4 Super. They sound good in the normal channel for sure, but no reverb. Yeah, probably end up between these two categories. 5E3 Deluxe, that's in the similar vein as a 6G3. I kind of go back and forth between those. I'll put it above the 6G3, but yeah, they're fine. They're solid amps, but for other reasons, like I mentioned before, versus the 5D3 Deluxe, the breakup's not as good, doesn't have any headroom. I might even put it lower, to be honest. I might even do this. I might put a 70s Super Reverb over those. Just much more versatile. It's a professional amp, and you can use it in a lot of situations. I think we'll go with that. Tone Master Deluxe Reverb. So I got to gig one of these in Nashville. And I thought actually the tone, so it was going direct, it wasn't mic'd, which I did not like, but I was on in-ears and it actually sounded better than I was expecting with the IRs they had set up in it. But the headroom was wonky for a Deluxe Reverb. I had to redo, I was using Deluxe Reverbs the entire time in Nashville, vintage ones as well as the modern reissues. And I had to redo my pedal settings completely top to bottom for this amplifier. The headroom was just so wonky in it, and it just didn't sound that great. So definitely kind of, I would say, probably in the not for me category, but high up there. I mean, it did sound good overall, but wasn't like a Deluxe Reverb in my opinion. 6G 15 reverb unit is kind of not really an amplifier, but I think these are solid. If you know, you know. I've got one over my shoulder you guys can't see. Super reverb, maybe. Oh, that's way up here for sure. I would put a pro reverb above a super reverb, I think. I just like the 212 package. It's got a little bit more breakup, I think. They're pretty similar. I'm trying to think what the difference is. I think they're the same power transformers, just the output transformers, a 2 ohm versus a 4 ohm. Super Reverb's got a great sound. The Pro Reverb, I've had a couple of them. I just think they're really special. So I'd probably put it above a Super Reverb for me, but they're kind of neck and neck. Showman. Showman's high up on the not for me, I would say. Either that or meh. I don't really. So you got the Dual Showman and the Showman. The Dual Showman is a 4 ohm output transformer, if I remember correctly, which you can't really run it with anything other than, you know, that specific cabinet. And it's so clean. It's just not that interesting. For me, I just prefer most Fenders as just a combo versus the head setup. I think will end up in not for me. 64 hand-wired Princeton reverbs. This is the modern hand-wired Princeton. These are very expensive, man. They jumped way up in price. Sounds good, but I had a buddy that had a 70s Princeton reverb, and I compared it to this 64 when I got it. The 70s killed it. Honestly, it was fine. But they're so expensive, I'd rather get a 70s every day of the week. So we'll end up there. DeVille 410. This is I'd rather have a 5E5A Pro. It's in this range. It is a solid amp. I will say it is a solid amp. I like them more than the 212. They have a big sound to them, but they're also just kind of meh. Like they're not special sounding, but they do sound good. And that's kind of, I guess, this range, the meh range. Sounds good, but just for one reason or another. I mean, some of these are special. 5E5A Pro's special for sure. But just I wasn't that impressed when I played them. And I was hunting for one for a while, which is why I played so many. Bassman 50. Bottom of the knot for me, maybe even F tier. Nothing special about that amp at all. This is the modern Deluxe Reverb here. I actually think these sound good. They don't sound like a Deluxe Reverb, but they don't have that bright cap. They're more neutral. They're warmer sounding. So I think a lot of people would actually even prefer those over vintage Deluxe Reverbs if they heard them side by side. So I think it's a solid amp. This is not a commentary on, you know, the repairability, the longevity of these amplifiers. It's PCB. They're made like crap. They've got problems. They're noisy, but even still, I don't think they're that bad of amps. So probably end up in that range. 6G12, I think these are very cool amps. They are so powerful. They're really hard to break up because they got to be so dang loud. I think they're very, very good amps. Definitely very good. And I would put it below the others. I think I would prefer, obviously these are very different amps, but if I had to choose, I'd rather have a 5D3 Deluxe, to be honest, in a 6G4A Super. Okay, Blackface Twin Reverb. This is a drip edge one. I've played a few of these. They're so damn heavy, so loud, but man, they just sound massive. And that's what I like about twin reverbs. They don't have to be loud to sound good, and they take pedals really well. So that's a very good amp, I would say. Blues Junior, F tier. Bottom of the F tier. I don't like them at all. They sound boxy. They don't sound good. They're okay. They're fine, right? They'll get the job done if you need to, but they're not very loud. They don't sound that good. They're pretty boxy. They're built terrible. I'm not judging these by how they're built, but just not for me. Although they're more than not for me. I think they're F tier. Hot Rod Deluxe, similar camp. I'm going to put that above. That's kind of top tier, F tier. Maybe even not for me level. Yeah, I'm going to go not for me. Kind of bottom and not for me. And we'll go above Bassman. Non-reverb Princeton. This is definitely an F tier for me. I don't understand this amp at all. They're so anemic sounding to me. I've had a number of them in. They have no drive. They're not loud at all. They take pedals fine, sure, but I don't see any value of a non-reverb Princeton other than you can't afford a reverb Princeton. And just because the price is going so crazy, I don't understand anybody spending $3,000 or whatever on just a Princeton amp without reverb. I don't get it. So that's F tier. Vibroverb. This is S tier. Now, with the caveat, I've had 2 of them in, and I've played both a decent amount. The one with the JBL is such a specific sound. It's not my sound. If it was that one that had a JBL, it would probably be in the bottom of very good, to be honest. But with the EV, that one I had in that had the EV, it just sounded so good. It was so neutral. That was the quintessential blackface amp tone to me. And it was just perfect wattage, perfect sound. It just filled the room. I was really, really blown away by that amp. The Bassman's above it, but Vibroverb definitely S tier. Okay, we're ending strong. Deluxe Reverb. This is a fantastic amp. This has got to be right up here. Maybe even here. Somewhere in this range. The Deluxe Reverb is so good. 35 watts. It's got more compression and more drive than a Pro Reverb or a Super Reverb. It's got a more focused, mid-rangey sound. I really like those. I've had a couple in here. I owned a 65 for a while. Excellent amps. Vibrochamp. I love these. These things are awesome. This is going to be kind of in this range, I would say. Yeah, I like them more than a non-reverb Princeton. They got more character. They just sound good at just about any setting. I'm a fan, for sure. Okay, let's review my list here, see if there's anything I want to change, any orders I want to change. S tier, that's locked in, solid. I've got no doubts about that. Amazing. I like all of these. Honestly, some of these can be interchangeable. I would say Deluxe Reverb, Pro Reverb are pretty interchangeable for me. The 310 Bandmaster is the wild card. They're so rare. I've only played one, and it wasn't fully healthy. I just was really blown away by that amp. So because I have the most experience with Deluxe Reverb, we'll put that front. Super. I've got 2 in this room. There's one over my shoulder right here. Those are great amps. Amazing amps even, but bottom of that list, I would say. Very good. Deluxe Reverb. It's really teetering between here and here, to be honest. And I'm going to go here. I think that makes more sense. Got kind of the quintessential blackface lineup up here, plus the wild card. I like that. Very good. I really like the 5D3 Deluxe a lot. It's just got a unique sound to it. I like the breakup a lot on it. 6G4A Super's probably above it. I think I might do this. These 2 are interchangeable for me. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. I like very good now. So solid. Got the 59 reissue Bassman. Definitely solid. 70 Super Reverb. Definitely solid. Those 2 are interchangeable for me. I think 6G3 Deluxe, 5E3 Deluxe. Those are interchangeable for me. Princeton Reverb. Do I like a Princeton Reverb more than a 6G3 Deluxe? I think I do. I think I like that lineup better. 70s Princeton Reverbs got to be kind of side by side with the blackface. Those are pretty much the same to me. Reverb unit, sure. Yeah, it's not meh. Those reverb units are not meh. They're not. 68 Custom Deluxe Reverb. I guess that would be meh. Kind of in this range. Well, I feel bad putting the 5E5A Pro any lower. I just don't love them with the 15-inch speaker. I don't think they sound that great with that setup. So actually, I will do this. Controversial, I guess. 6G6 Bassman, again, fine to me. Blackface Bandmaster, fine. Hot Rod DeVille, fine. I like all of that. Not for me category. Showman, yeah. Toemaster Deluxe Reverb, yeah. Yep, I like all of this. And then F tier. So the best of the worst is the 5F1 Champ. Again, I don't really get it. The 5F2A is just a better amp in every way, in my opinion. The non-reverb Princeton, again, I don't see any value with it. And then the Blues Junior, the classic Blues Junior. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Where did I mess up? Where am I wrong? Tell me what you think. Maybe you guys agree with me. Maybe everyone agrees with me. That would be awesome, but I doubt it. So more realistically, let me know what you think in the comments below. And give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe for more. And until next time, see ya.